maintaining good credit, it takes work. Jade Beckman from Mountain America Credit Union knows that. He's here to help the rest of us boost our current credit score. It's that number that we're constantly trying to boost and get up.
That mysterious number, right?
Absolutely. Talk us through that number. Why is it so important to be concerned about it?
Well, it's one of those things that there's a few things that are driven by it. Number one, when you apply for a loan, say a car loan or a mortgage loan, a credit card, whether we'll get approved or not, because that score will determine that.
Yeah.
And then really most importantly is what rate will be charged. The very best rates are for the high scores.
So the range 300 to 850?
Right, that's exactly right, 300 to 850.
What's a good number within that range?
Well, the average score in America is somewhere between 670 and 680, so that's average. So if you want to be talking where we're getting the very best rates, you want to be in kind of the mid-700s. That's going to vary lender to lender, say 730, 750. And on up. Those are your best scores.
But that's a good target goal.
Absolutely.
There are several things that factor into this credit score. Today you want to focus on just a few, 3 things in particular.
Right, 3 things. First, most important is the payment history. That's the one that really drives it. Are you making your payments? Are you making them on time? How derogatory, those types of things.
And how strict? You have to stick to that schedule in order to see that reflected positively.
Well, that's the most important thing. So, you know, really what I say that underpins all of these things are good financial habits. So if you're budgeting and doing things like that, you're on top of your finances, you're going to make your payments on time, and then the score kind of comes along naturally.
Right.
So payment history is number one. The second thing is capacity, and what I mean by that is your relation of your balance on a credit card to the limit. You want to keep that, say, 50% at maximum or below. $10,000 limit, $5,000 balance or less is where you want to manage that. And then the last element is time. That's, you know, the last 24 months is what's going to have the most impact on the score. So if you have derogatory items or, you know, I missed a payment, get on time, make those on time, and the further those get in the past, the more your score will come up.
Part of our financial savvy tool set, if you will, is knowing that number and working toward, you know, the boost that we've talked about. But how often should you really be checking and monitoring that credit score?
Well, you can get for free, if you go to annualcreditreport.com, you can get a copy of your report for free once a year. Now, there are 3 major bureaus. There's Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. So you can really get one from each of those, and you can stagger that and get it quarterly. So if you're on top of that, you can make sure, you know, if there's something that's incorrect, you can dispute that right online.
Don't want to check it too often, though.
Well, you know, those don't affect your score, because that's you, the consumer, checking it yourself. So those don't affect your score. So you get one a year for free.
Okay.
So if you go to Experian once, Equifax once, TransUnion once, then you can kind of spread those out.
You're good to go. You have more tips, I know, on your website for getting that credit score where we want it to be. Where can we find those?
Yep, at macu.com. We have all sorts of resources. We have a blog that talks about this topic. Go there and check it out.
It's a great resource for those of us who want to become more financially savvy and stay up to speed on those details. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Brooke.
For the tutorial. We appreciate it. Studio 5 is throwing one big baby shower, gifts included, and you are invited. We'll have all the details next.